Hi everyone, I'm going to react to Demon Slayer season 2, episode 16. Defeating an upper rank demon. And the last episode, everybody is jumped into the fight. They separated Daki and Gyutaro, right? But still, it's like, I don't know, man. Whatever Daki's doing up there is reaching down here, and whatever Gyutaro is doing is reaching up there. So it's like, how you gonna defeat these two demons? And the only way that you can defeat them is by slicing both of their heads at the same time, which is gonna be, I feel like it's gonna be super hard to do. So yeah, even the wives also jumped in. Well, the one wife came up there and they launched a whole bunch of kunai knives and all kind of stuff, and the other wives are trying to get people to evacuate the village. So yeah, so before we get into this episode, if you guys are my reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and please consider supporting my Patreon at patreon.com/follow me. And now let's start this episode, and here we go. What the heck, man? Like, what the heck? What the heck? First off, I don't believe that Inosuke is gonna die. Like, I don't. Okay, those three are not gonna die. Inosuke, Tanjiro, and Zenitsu, they're not gonna die. I'm worried about Usui, even though at this particular moment I don't think he's dead either. I mean, we saw he lost an arm, was it a leg? He lost something and he's on the floor unconscious. That doesn't mean he's dead, okay? Even though this episode, the way it started, it really made you worried, not about Uzui, but about the wife. Which one was the Hinasuru? Really made you worried about her. Because, she launched the kunai. Usui and Tanjiro had the opportunity to slice this guy's head off, but then he bursted out another ability or whatever. And then Hinasuru was up there, and then Gyutaro just showed up like that, and he was about to kill her. And then you remember the flashback, or were they playing the flashback during that time as well? I don't know. I think they were playing some as well, where she was saying that after they defeated an upper rank demon, that they should retire or something or other and live like normal people and whatnot. So, and then she mentioned how not all of them might be alive at that point. So I'm like, okay, she's gonna die. And then Tanjiro, he has this thing about not letting any other people die in front of him. So I'm laughing. Like, why he's doing all those mental gymnastics or whatever, trying to talk himself, trying to find a solution to how to save her. And I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, while you are doing all of those things, he could have killed her like a long time ago. I guess we're supposed to assume that he's doing all that mental thinking in like a split second and then acting on it or something or other. But to me, it just looked like he was, the dragon, the demon is up there with his hand on her throat or whatnot, and then Tanjiro was down there trying to think, okay, what am I gonna do? I need to use my flame breathing, Kamikagura or whatever the name is. Use that, but he's trying to use it, but it takes a lot out of him. He couldn't do it, so he's like, okay, he combined. He was up there in an instant, and I saw the water and the flame thing, and I'm like, wait, did he use both? And that's what he did. He said the water breathing technique would give it what did she say? I forgot. But the point is, the fact that he used combine both of them is gonna take less of a toll on him person physically than if he was to use the fire breathing technique, but fire flame breathing technique by itself. So he was able to save her, and Uzui was grateful about that. And he got up there, and then they were fighting, and then then they had another opportunity to slice his head off. Okay, and then they switched to Inosuke and Zenitsu. I love how assertive Zenitsu is when he's sleeping. you know, telling Inosuke to calm down and all of that. Like they are basically spending their time trying to evade the ribbons. That's basically what they're doing. They are not able to fully to approach her and cut her head off until Tanjiro showed up there. And Isui went by himself with the other one. And with Tanjiro there, they are able to give Inosuke a path to Daki. So that's what they did. He used his 8th form, I believe, something rush. And then he was just making a beeline to her, and then he got there, and then he had the sword on his neck, and then they're like, how are you gonna cut it off? And he started doing the saw thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I felt that. Ugh. And then they cut the head off, and I'm like, okay, good. They cut it off, and Tanjiro was like, yeah, you did it. I'm like, boy, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, boy, you are being super happy right now. Something's gonna change. And then Inosuke is like, okay, I'm gonna take the head and then I'm gonna run away from it so that he doesn't reattach. And I'm like, okay, that's a good idea. And then he's running off, and then this dude just showed up and just like stuck through my boy. I'm like, I did not see that coming. I knew something was gonna change, but not that. And then Tanjiro was so in shock. He didn't see the other attack coming in, but Zenitsu did, and he pushed Tanjiro out of the way. So now he's like caught in there. Tanjiro looks down there. He sees Uzui on the floor. It's like everybody is out except for Tanjiro. And then the start of the next episode is like never give up. So of course Tanjiro is not gonna give up, but I'm like, yo, this is the title of this episode was defeating an upper rank demon or something or other like that. I'm like, okay, so are they gonna defeat him this episode, or are they just gonna try? They are trying. It's not working. It is so not working. Well, it worked a little bit when they cut her head off, but then freaky frick. I have no clue how Tanjiro is gonna do this. Nezuko is still in the box. I don't know if she's gonna get out of it. I mean, she really spent a lot of energy the first time around, and when she was loosening and everything. And then she went back there and she's sleeping. And that's how she regains her strength. But has she regained enough strength for her to break out of the box again and join the fight again? I don't know. I guess we'll see. Thank you guys for watching, and if you love this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you want to see my reaction to the next episode, you can do so by checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/filmy, and you can also see the full length of this reaction there as well. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. どうしたって消せない夢も止まれない今も誰かのために